Hey guys, so this last race is the last race thing. I may have been fibbing or lying to you guys because my buddy's actually been sending me some stuff about Lapeer having a no prep, and I was kind of thinking about going to that. Obviously, the car's not hurt or anything. We just been doing maintenance on it and stuff, and I guess I'll get to that here in a second. But kind of thinking about going there. And then, I've the main thing I guess to know is that Lapeer is normally like radial prep, and I feel it's a really nice surface. Basically, is what I'm saying, and I feel like I have no chance to even make it past first round there. In what they consider no prep, which is just basically that they don't prep that day. And obviously it's going to be cold. It's getting late in the year. So that good prep surface turns into like ice or like snotty. Glue when it gets cold doesn't grip very well. So it can be a good surface if it gets good. And I feel like there's going to be some fast cars there. But we were planning to go there, and then they just announced yesterday that they're having an invitational race at Onondaga for some stuff that 1320 is going to be filming. And I was like, well, I'm pretty used to Onondaga, and the track surface sucks. I mean, that's just call a spade, but it is consistent. It's what I've tested on. It is probably gonna not draw as many like really fast guys. I don't know, so I'm kind of thinking about going there. I asked the guy that's putting it on. It's a guy from Detroit Hood TV's crew, and he said, sure, show up. They're gonna be doing some other extracurricular activities afterwards that I'm not gonna probably be a part of, just because my car's not tested enough to where I would even feel confident trying to put an ADB pass together for the street. So yeah, I just been doing maintenance. I blew a belt off. I was taking some people for a ride, and it just threw the belt off, and it was laying in the bottom of the engine compartment. And I don't know if it's a cheap belt. It is a cheap belt. It's an AutoZone belt. So I put a Gates on there. I don't know if it's going to fix it. I checked all my pulleys and everything, and all my bracketry, and everything's solid and tight. I mean, I don't really know what else to do there, but I got that fixed. It blew some coolant out, so I got that all cleaned up, refilled it with coolant. Did the oil change, even though it probably didn't need it. I've been changing it like every other week just because of the ethanol. Drained my catch can. I fixed the boost control setup. So that was the complaint last time at the Pour Your Own Puddle event, Detroit Hood TV's event, is that I couldn't really compete with anybody after the second round, which honestly, I'm still going to say that I got lucky. There's the guys that I raced obviously had mishaps in first and second round, and I'm happy that I won. I'm glad that I won, and that's kind of part of the racing game is to, you don't get to just show up and guarantee a win. People have problems. It'll eventually happen to everybody, but it's frustrating when it does happen to you, and I understand that for sure. The guy that I raced in third round, I didn't go any faster in third round than I did second round, and my 60 foot was still terrible, and my boost controller is basically capped out. I put more in it, but with the spring package that I had in it, it was still only making 24 pounds maxed out. Like, I think I had 70 on the controller, 70% duty cycle, and then 23% on the scramble button. and it didn't make any difference. So what I did now is put more spring in, which raised the lowest point, because this is a 3-port, ran like a 4-port, and now instead of 4 to 5 pounds ish on gate, it will make 7-ish pounds on gate. So I was getting roughly 5 times my spring pressure on 3-port like 4-port, but I hit a cap. So now with a 7-pound spring at 48, it was like roughly 50%. I'm getting 22-ish pounds, and it's like almost like the gate was floating because it's a lot more responsive. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna get after it in the 60-foot. I don't know if the track's gonna take it because it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be 50 degrees that day. I'm gonna do a big burnout and just hope for the best. We're gonna try to shoot for that 7-8 pounds on the leave. Everybody else was doing one teen 60 foots. The fast guys are doing one teen 60 foots, which my stuff's not gonna do that. But I'm shooting for a 130. If I can do a 130 60 foot and lose miserably, it would make me happy, just because I know that if I can do a 1.3 to the 60 foot, I know that's a 5. I was so close to a 5 before, and obviously I'm not going to tell times and stuff. It's not appropriate or relevant, I guess. But if I get a 5, I'm going to tell you guys, hey, I want a 5. You can guess what 5 or whatever, and maybe I'll post it on other social medias, but respectfully, I don't blatantly say I ran a 5 on this pass on my YouTube video, because then I'll, be disrespectful to the other guy. But, so I'm starting to babble. Yeah, basically just gonna put more in it and hope for the best, kind of get a feel for what the track's gonna take. I think that, there's gonna be bracket racing that day, and there's, 1320 is gonna be there. So I assume the track will be fairly good. It's gonna be still pour your own puddle, so it will get very good, sticky wise. On the launch anyways. I don't know, it'll be down track, but we'll try. Not much else I can say. If I don't end up running what I want to run, they have some test and tune, and I'll try and test and tune, I guess. But back to what I was trying to get at. We're gonna be sending this off to a friend to build the housing. That's kind of why I've been such a cream puff on the 60 foot. This thing's still a stock shortened Explorer 88 with C-clip axles. I'd really like to get after it. It's a little on my conscience, but this one we're gonna, it's gonna be even. So this is a full length Ford Explorer axle that, it's stock with everything gutted out of it right now for fabrication. But we're gonna take the short side and cut 3.5 inches off the end, and my buddy Brian is gonna put some 9-inch ends on it and then cut this side down to match. He's gonna brace it, he's gonna weld the tubes, gusset it, he's going to true it, because he said that every one of these are bent or not straight. So it's gonna get the works, gonna send it off to him, his problem. I could probably do it, but it's kind of like he's got the tools. He's very reasonable on price. You might as well just have him do it. So that's what we're doing with this. This thing's gonna get a shortened axle, and then we're probably gonna have to go to a different wheel package, which I kind of want 15 by 12s, and at least a single bead lock. I might go doubles. It depends on what I find a deal on. But I've got enough tub to go 15 by 14s, but I'm not rich enough to go with double bead locks at this point, and I just don't think that there's that much to gain, especially with the power that I have available. This car's only got a 4303, so it's gonna max out around 4-digit power. So, sorry for all the talking and babbling, but I just wanted to bring you guys a filler video so you don't see my last video that said, yeah, this is the last track day for my car, and then the next one is another track day. Also, I want to say that I'm not going to have like really any film crew. I may get a couple cell phone clips from the outside, but for the most part, I don't really have anybody coming that can run the camera. And I don't really want to bother my dad. My dad's coming with me, but it's very hard to have somebody like dedicated to the camera because you can never pay attention to what you're actually watching. So it's, I'd rather him just enjoy it. And if I get some cell phone footage from some friends, then so be it. That'll be good enough for me, I guess. And we'll try to put it on here if we get it. If not, then we'll live with what the inside footage we get and go from there. But hopefully we get you some good news this weekend. Other than that, car's probably gonna be just sitting here or tore down soon. The axle will be no big deal, but I'm gonna get some split mono leafs to put on it and probably some good shocks. So it's all just kind of waiting on money thing. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you at the track next video.